Miss Stacy. Welcome to Stacy's Homestead, and today we're going to be making chicken bone broth noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup, but we're doing bone broth first. So, I am not going to use my own chickens. My own chickens are for, like, me to eat, okay? So, I'm doing the lazy way, and I bought a bunch of rotisserie chickens, which is awesome because they're seasoned, and they're good, and they're cheap. So, I got 6 of them, I believe. Let's see. I got 6 of these Mama Jammas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he gave me 7, and I only ordered 6, huh? Well, 7 it is. And what we're going to do is we are going to get our roaster out. I have a 22-quart roaster. It's smeared. It's so old I can't even see how much it holds. But we're going to take all the meat off of these chickens here. Take all the meat off. And then I'll give Bit some legs. He loves the legs. I'll save the legs for eating. But I'm going to take all the breast meat off. And we're going to set it aside and put it in the fridge. Okay, and put it in the fridge. It'll be fine for a couple of days. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can freeze it and then take it out when you're ready. But what we're going to do is we're going to cook the carcass, the bones, for, sometimes I do 3. I like to go 3 days, but I think I could do 2 full 24-hour days. Okay, so we're going to start it. It's 3 o'clock my time. We're going to start it right now. We're going to put, it'd probably take me an hour to get all the, maybe half hour, 45 minutes to get all the meat off the bones. And we're going to put all the carcasses in, cover it with water, put a little bit of apple cider vinegar or your tonic. Well, sometimes I like to put a dash of tonic in there. And then we're going to cook it on, you know, like, you just know how long, I forget. It's above keep warm, and it's like around defrost. I think it's like 300 maybe, around there. I have to check it out when I get going. But for 2 days, okay? And then we're gonna strain it and start our chicken noodle soup. You know, carrots, celery, all that jazz, chicken. So let's get going. Alrighty guys, so we're going to start taking the meat off the bones here. I have 2 bowls, one for the breast meat and one for the chicken legs and wings, because a little bit, and Sean and my son Skylar now and Julia might want to eat those, so we'll have these for supper. Man, the bone just slips right off, unless the bone slips right out, so bone slips out, well, that's fine. And then when they eat the chicken bones, I'm going to have them put the chicken leg bones in here. So that's what I'm going to have them do. Just get the juice and everything. It's good stuff. Okay. Here's the legs go on this side. And the chicken. You know what, some of these, I'm just going to, so we're just toss the bones in the bone thing, in the roaster, you know, and just try to, just take the loose meat off, you know. You don't want tiny bones in there. So if it has tiny bones stuck to it, then go ahead and put it in your broth. Here we go. And just go through it. But the skin is really good stuff. You can put the skin in with your chicken. It tastes good. I just like to chop it up finely before I make the soup, but we'll show you that later. Okay, so a couple of legs I'm going to just debone here because they're slipping right off. Okay. Slipping right off here. Might as well not save them. That's good. Can't help but eating it. My dogs love it when I make bone broth because they know they're going to get to eat the bones when it's all done. Alright, bone broth for dogs is fine because you cook it for a couple days and it makes the bones dissolve. They dissolve and they crumble like dust. So it's perfect for them. It's like bone meal. That's how they probably do it. Man, it's a lot of chicken. Man, one chicken. Oh my gosh, they got big chickens here. They got, the guy that delivered them got me some really big chickens. That's nice. This is gonna be a lot of chicken noodle soup. A lot of chicken noodle soup. I'll show you one chicken here. One chicken. And then I'm going to do turkey soup too. So when we have turkey, maybe. I still have some left over from last year though. So I might wait. That's good. Alright, I'll show you one chicken. One chicken. It's okay if there's meat left on the bones because you're going to just use it for flavoring. Okay. I just did this whole one because the meat just came right off. These wings, I might just not even debone the wings. I might not save the wings. I mean, I'm just going to throw them in. All right. One whole chicken. 6 more to go. But look at, that's a lot of meat already. That's a big, big chicken. Alright guys, so I'm gonna debone all these. I'm gonna put them in, I'll put 3 of the chickens in one Ziploc bag and 3 in another. And we'll see how much chicken I have left. We'll see. We'll see. If I use it all in the soup, or let's save this for Bit. Bit wants that. Or spread it out for other uses. We will see in the end. But I'm going to just, like I said, divide it in 2 bags, freeze it, and then take it out when we're ready to make the soup and can it. I'm going to make it and then can it also. So we're doing both. We're going to have it for supper on Wednesday, and today's Monday. Yeah, that one. Some of these are really bony. That's interesting. A lot of bone. Wow. This one's not as big as the other one. Where's the leg of this one? I'll save this leg for a bit. He's gonna love it. Oh. Took the meat off and threw it in here. Why did I do that? I'm not paying attention. That's why. That's why you're not paying attention, Stacy. Nice. Look at that. I'm going to leave the skin on there. It'll be so good. Chop it up. Make sure you chop it up though or it gets rubbery. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I'm going to freeze it and put half in 2 different Ziploc baggies. And we'll see if we use it all. We will see. We might have too much chicken. I don't know. It's been a while. Or not enough chicken. Okay, that's 2. That one was a little smaller one. I also have a leftover, I have some bones in my freezer too from chicken that I'll add. Number 3, chicken. So, instead of putting it in the fridge, I'm gonna freeze it. Because I might cook this for 3 days. And I don't want the chicken sitting in the fridge for 3 days. If it's just 2 days, it would be fine. But I really want a really good dense bone broth, so we're gonna go 3 days. Get all the nutrients that we can. And then Skylar and Bit love the chicken legs, and Dad, so they'll eat that. If we have any chicken left over, we'll use it for something else, but I'm not sure. We might use it all. But these chickens are super big. Really big chickens here. Oh, look at that. See, that's Skylar and Sary's and Chandon's. And baby Shay. I just open those up and put them there. And the breasts go over here. I'm putting the wings in there because the wings don't have much meat. So, and a lot of the bottom skin. We're going to chop this up though before we freeze it, so it's easier to deal with. Alright guys, so I'm going to get going on all this. It's pretty fast. I only have 3 more. To go. Pay attention to what you're doing because I accidentally put some good meat in that pot. That's okay. It's all going to the broth. Yeah, see this? I'll just leave that hard to get off meat on there. Pour the juice in. Okay, 3 more. All right, all done. Got a nice big giant bowl full of chicken and then some legs. I took some to my older kids, Julia and Skylar and baby Shay, so they can eat. I gave them like 6 of these leg and thigh combos. And I mean, this is just so good, the leg and thighs. Like, I just don't want to turn it into soup. I have plenty of breast meat, so we'll eat on these. They'll be our lunch and dinner tomorrow and tonight. So, all right. And then bag these up, put them in the fridge, and then I'm going to chop this up, and we're going to use my dough sifter. There we go. I'm going to use my dough sifter to chop them up. I'm going to leave a couple of these out of the bag for a bit. Alright, sorry my camera died on me. Alright, I have Bit's dinner set aside. And then, but I need this bowl so I can chop this stuff up. Bit loves this. He loves to dip it in ranch. He just wants to eat this meat with mashed potatoes and dip it in ranch. There. Alright, so we're going to use this bowl. Set aside Bit's dinner. Put it in the fridge. I'll put it in the microwave because he's going to eat. Like any moment. Oh. what we're gonna do is we'll get a plate because my plate's my cutting board. I don't want to mess my cutting board up. All right, so we're gonna just get a plate and you get this dough thingy and you go meep. See, meep, meep, meep. There. And try not to feed your dogs. Try not to let it go all over the floor and feed the dogs. All right, so I'm gonna do that again. Show you again, and I'm gonna do all this with this. You can use a knife, but this is so cool. Makes it easy. The skin I'll have to do a knife, I guess. But it just makes it easy. There. Easy when you have it on a level surface. And just go like this. Rock it back and forth, and you chop up a bunch at the same time. There. There. There we go. And that'll be all ready to put in the soup. And then we'll cut up the skin with a knife. Alright guys, so this is a whole lot of chicken. I got this big old thing of chicken. And so I decided to just add the skin in here for more flavoring and add more chicken in the broth to give it more flavoring. And then I still have this much. I'm not going to chop this up because I might use it for something else. Or I might end up needing it. So, but this is what I prepared. I think this is enough for several quarts and pints. But we're going to put those in the freezer and wait for 2-3 days. 3 days. I forgot I'm making soup. I'm canning and making it. So this will be for when I make it, and this is for be when I can it. That's what I'll do. So there. I think it's 325. I think that's what I do. I don't do it any higher than that, probably. The buttons are worn off, so I can't really tell. I know it's a little past 300 though. Alrighty guys, so we got some rabbit bone that's in my freezer. We're gonna toss this in also for some extra nutrients. It's considered a poultry. Sometimes I do that. It's good stuff. I just save the spine usually, and neck, and the head, and the feet. No. Don't forget the apple cider vinegar. You put a couple splashes in. Just a couple splashes will do. Also, forgot to say, cover your bones with water. Make sure they're fully covered. And then after a couple hours of it being on high, like 350, I turn it down to at least 200. Sometimes 175, but 200 overnight. And then, depending on how cold it is in the house, though, sometimes I might have to increase it. You know, sometimes I decrease it. It's in the summer, but like around 200 is where I like to keep it. You know, low and slow is good. If you cook it higher, it's fine. You're just gonna have a darker broth, but the collagen seems to, you know, really like the lower temperatures. It's a little cold in my house. I might just do between 200 and a little over 200 overnight. There we go. Alrighty guys, so it's been 3 nights of cooking this bone broth. And so what we're doing here is we're taking a quart of broth out and setting it aside here in the stock pot for our soup. So we're gonna make a soup also. And then we're gonna top it off with water and let it cook for a couple hours and then start canning. It's very concentrated, so it's not gonna dilute it at all. It's gonna be perfect. So just taking about a gallon, maybe a gallon and a half, or a quart, not a quart, a gallon. Probably 2 quarts. 2 quarts for soup. That's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna add the same amount of water in it. So, you know, in our soup pot. Also, don't forget to top off your soup as you're cooking it, I forgot to tell you guys that, you know, it's gonna evaporate. So throughout the days, top it off with water so it's always the same level. But I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna chop up my vegetables, and then we're gonna get going. Alrighty guys, so we got all of our vegetables chopped up and ready to rock and roll. I ended up putting 2 quarts of stock in here and then another 2 quarts of water. We're gonna set this aside for our soup. Remember, this is super concentrated, so diluting it like that, it's not gonna hurt the flavor at all. We ended up topping this off with water after we took the 2 quarts out. And it only really lowered it about this much. It didn't lower it too much. So tastes really delicious. You can add salt, pepper. Sometimes I'll put chicken bouillon in, like in the soup. Sometimes I don't. But I think we might do that. We'll see. We're gonna add some salt and pepper. Usually that's all I do. But because I want to make sure it tastes really, really, really good. And the melted dextrose in here and the bouillon helps preserve the texture of the meat, I find, and the onions and the vegetables. I don't know. I just like to add some chicken bouillon in my soup. You might not, but I do when I can it. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that in the broth and in the soup too, just to give that extra umami. That good flavor. So I'm gonna just saute all these onions. Now when I can, I either do raw pack onion or saute. This time we're gonna saute. So we're gonna do it in butter, and that way it gives it another depth of flavor. It's gonna be really good stuff. So I'm gonna saute all the onions and set aside some for our soup. Alright, so I'm going to use butter and olive oil. Usually when you add oil to butter, it won't scorch, so we're going to do that. And I always can. I have butter in there. Some people say you don't, but I do. And it doesn't hurt a thing, okay? It doesn't hurt a thing. A little bit of olive oil. Get that nice and hot. And then let's add our chopped onions. Oops, I have one more to chop. I was thinking about doing a red onion, but red onion and canning sometimes it doesn't hold up very good. So I find, like, unless you're using it for flavor and you like blend it, maybe. I don't know, I like the white onion. I like white onion in my canning. And then while this sautés a little bit, we're going to chop up some garlic because I love garlic in it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Forgot to put that in half. Okay. All right. We're not going to saute it too long, just enough to bring out the flavors. I'm going to start chopping up, I'm going to start chopping up some garlic, and then we're going to do that separate, just a little saute separately. And so if you want a smooth, like in your soup, if you wanted to, sometimes I would take an immersion blender and blend in the onion and garlic into the broth and make it more of a soup. But I like the bite of the onion in here. It's just nice. It's nice. But if you're sick, when you open up the jar, you can blend it if you want to. Ugh, I don't know. The texture of that chicken. Alright. Put it on low just for a few minutes. Alright, Alright guys, so we're gonna do this for a few minutes and we're gonna blend up some onions. Some garlic. I like to put it in here if I use a lot because it's just easier. We're gonna mince that and then we're gonna add it at the end because garlic will burn, so you don't want to do it until the very end. So that will be done. I'm going to take out what I need for my soup though before I add the garlic because I still got to saute celery with it. I don't saute the celery for my canning though. Alright, so let's take out what we need for our soup before we add the garlic. It really reduces a lot once you do that. Okay, got a little bit like that for the soup. I'm gonna add the red onion to the soup though. I think that'll be good. Bigger chunks in there. Alright, those are my soup onions. Let's get the garlic blended and added in here. I love the taste of garlic. So good. Put a lot. It's very medicinal. Garlic, ginger, turmeric, those are good things to add. I'm probably going to add just a little bit of all of those. Every time I make it, it's a little bit different. Alrighty, so we got our garlic minced up in here. I'm going to put half here, more than half, and then add some to our onions for soup for later. So, where's my... Oh, put it over here. Okay. Pureed onion. And then this is going to go in our soup. And pureed garlic. Alright, put this in our soup. One right here. There. Put that aside. Alright, and just cook it for like, only a little bit. Only for a little bit here. Where's my spoon? Just to release the flavors. There we go. My camera died on me. Alright, so now this is going to be set aside for our canning jars. It smells so good. And the celery, I'm not going to saute it for canning. I don't think so. I'm going to put it in raw. But we will be sauteing celery for our soup with our garlic and onion. That's why I didn't want to do the garlic yet. Alright. And then we got our carrots. And let's get our jars out and get going. Actually, before I start canning, I'm going to saute the soup stuff because I'm going to need the burner for canning. Silly me. Alright, so we're going to, I decided to add some red onion. That's what I did. And I'm going to also put red onion in my canning raw. So, because I need more onion. So we're going to saute this with the celery for our soup. Get that out of the way so I could just dump it in when I need it. I don't saute the carrots. Add more butter because butter is good. Oh, those dogs are barking at me. Don't know what those dogs are barking at. Alright. So we got the red onion on top, and then we got the celery that I saved back for my, and then we got for my soup, and then we got the onion and garlic that we already sauteed right there. Actually, I don't want the garlic in yet, so we'll put that right here for now. Yeah, good. There. We don't want the garlic to burn. We're going to saute this just for a little bit till the celery is a little bit translucent. Now, we're going to add some salt. We want the celery to release its fluid. So we're going to add salt, a good amount of salt. It's going to go in the soup, so it doesn't matter. I haven't salted my broth or anything yet. So I decided not to add turmeric to this soup that we're going to eat for dinner because I'm not sure if my daughter-in-law, Jewel, likes turmeric. I don't want her to not eat it because it has turmeric in it, so I'm just going to hold it back and then ask her when she gets here. But I'm going to put a little bit of ginger powder in because that's really, really good. Has a nice flavor. I have dehydrated ginger. I'm not going to add like thyme or anything to my canning because I find sometimes it gives off flavors maybe, I don't know. So we'll just omit that and just keep it simple. But I do like herbes de Provence. We're going to put herbes de Provence in. That's good stuff. And I think it also has thyme in it, but not much. But I know that cans well. Alright. And then we're going to set this aside. We'll do this for like 5 minutes and set it aside. And then we'll get our canning going. Alright, so it's been 5 minutes. It looks good. This is my ginger I used for my pho, but it's so good in soup. We're going to add it because it's one of those spices that needs an oil to help reactivate it, I find, to bring out the flavors. And not much, we're just going to put just a couple spoons just to give it a little bit of medicinal to it. Set it aside for our canning. It'll be fine in the canner because it's going to cook it under pressure. It'll release the flavors. Alright. I think a couple teaspoons of that ginger represents like two fingers, I think. Pretty sure. So if you have it raw, just do 2 fingers. Alright, that's it. We're done. It smells so good. And that's going to go in our soup after we start canning though. Oh, garlic. I almost forgot the garlic. It's already sauteed. Oh no, it's not. Alright, do it for a few more minutes. Forgot the garlic. Just for a couple minutes because garlic is a spice when it's raw. If you add raw garlic, it's super spicy. Like that's why the gyros with the Greek sauce, I put garlic in, and it's raw, and it makes a spice. But when you cook it, it turns the flavor into not so spicy. So that's why I add a lot of garlic if I cook it. even though it's going to be in the soup. There we go. All right, there. Now we'll set it aside. Mmm, delicious. Okay. Put that. Actually, we can go ahead and add it into our broth. Make some room here. So that's done. Let's add it to our stock pot here. And if I have any extra veggies or whatever from canning, I'll just toss it in here too. Oh yeah, that looks good. Get a ladle. Let's get a ladle. And rinse it because we want all the flavor. There. Waste it. A little more. There. Alright. All the flavor out of there. Put this aside. I still have to chop my carrots. I'm waiting for them to be delivered. I thought I had carrots, but I didn't. So, but that's cool that they're getting them delivered. So, in the meantime, we'll just go ahead and simmer this on the back burner with all this deliciousness. There. All right. Let's get our jars out now. All right. We gotta get our broth ready. If this was just bone broth, I would be just doing salt and pepper, or just salt really, and call it good. But we're doing it in a soup. So I'm gonna add bouillon and not salt yet because bouillon has salt. I'm gonna add about 4 or 5 of these. All right, and let's stir it. Let's stir it. Where's the spoon? And we're gonna let it simmer for about a half hour before we can. And then so while it's simmering, I'll get the jars and stuff ready. Still got the bones in here because I strain it as I go. I don't like to waste the time straining it. It's just one step I don't need to do. Yeah, let's make it, the soup taste really good here. Let's go ahead and add some ginger in here. Let's add some ginger to the soup instead of the jar. Maybe. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, thank you. Looking at the time right now, it's just after 3 o'clock. Our special coverage of the Mountain Fire continues, so if you were hoping to see
that's good.
afternoon show,
Perfect. All right, now I want to add some pepper. A little bit of pepper. Pepper is very medicinal. If I had jalapenos, I might do it, but this for Baby Shay too. We don't want to make it too spicy. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of turmeric because you're not going to be able to taste it, I don't think. I don't want to ruin the whole batch, so let's add turmeric separately and see how it tastes. It's been a while. See if it's going to be noticeable in flavor here. Let's also put some more garlic in. Let's put some roasted garlic. And we gotta get our herbs de Provence. We're gonna add that to the jars though, because that's good. Alright, let's. Where's my turmeric? Where's my turmeric? Where's my turmeric? Where's my turmeric? Here's the parsley we need. The rest of my parsley. Onion powder, which is always good. We gotta do that. I redid these cabinets and I can't find nothing. What did I do to myself? Curry. Curry, that's, I keep on getting it mixed up. Curry is the one with the flavor that my husband says is strong, but I love it. Alright, I'm gonna find the turmeric. It's in here somewhere. Alright, so I have a big thing of turmeric. I don't know where it's at, but I found my little one. So, I'm pretty sure this has a subtle flavor. To me it does. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. It has a little bitter flavor. It has a bitter flavor. I think we can add a little bit safely, but not too much. Just a little, not too much, because it really has, it does have a strong flavor. All right. Here's my onion powder that's solidified from the moisture. I have to take a pumice stone. Take a pumice stone to it. I have ones that's nice and free. I'll pumice stone that though. Here we go. A little bit of onion powder. Dehydrated onion has such a strong flavor. It's different than putting in onion. Okay. That's it. So let's can now. Alright guys, got the carrots chopped up. We're gonna put them in our soup pot so we can start just simmering that. Everything's ready. We'll add the chicken. Let's see. I put that much in and we'll see what I have left. I just have it on low. I'll add the chicken after this. I have no counter space. I have so many ingredients. Alright, I'm gonna set the camera up and let's get going. Alright guys, I have like no counter space here. We got our jars all set up. They're washed, rinsed out. Got my rings, got some warm water. I like to put my lids in warm water. We're gonna use all new lids. I'm trying to get through all these balls. I have tons of ball lids, old ones though. And then, cause I got 4 jars lids. You know, I'm really anxious to start using them, but I really want to get through these ones first. So, I like to put them in warm water, and I find that with these, sometimes I'll get a better seal if I tighten it and then like all the way down and then do it regular finger tight. Just, I don't know why. So we're gonna just do that to make sure. I think we just make an impression by tightening it tight. So I don't always do that, but I find that it helps. And on things like this that I want to make sure it doesn't come in sealed, I will do that. Alright, so I got that in warm water. About 18 jars for my canner. Let me get the chicken out. Now we chopped our chicken up nice and fine because when I'm sick, I don't want to be chewing on chicken. So that's why I chopped it up the way we did. Let me get it out of the fridge here. Get my tea out of the way. I'm like running out of room everywhere. There we go. gosh, where am I gonna put this big old pot? Alright, I'm gonna move these carrots. I have to put them over here to the side. My counter is just way too small. I want to pull this whole counter out. It's one of my next projects. In my mind, I'm gonna take this whole thing out and build a better island. Alright. Get the tea back in the fridge. Okay, so let's get our strainer. Go ahead and set this aside right here on our hooks. Alright, we're gonna get a little strainer because that's what I need. A smaller strainer here. This. We're gonna pop it right on there. I see that 4 Jars has a really nice colander. I might end up getting. I've been seeing that lately. So, what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of broth in our jars before I layer. It just helps with debubbling, I find. Just a little, fill it a little bit in at the bottom of each one. I really find that it helps with... Why do I always make a mess? How did I do that? How did I just like pour out of the jar? Wasteful. I find that it helps debubble the fine stuff at the bottom. So we're going to do that for each of these. It smells so good. 2 little scoops there. I'll just do it for the first 8 or 9 because the bottom row is 9. We'll do 9 and then do the next 9. Make more room on my counter. Trying to leave as much in as I can. Of the bones, because I might put more water in and cook the bones again. Really cook those bones. With everything you need to take off the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is our last one right here for now. Okay. Alright. Set this aside where we can find room. Okay, so now got a nice little bit of broth in each one. Got a little bit too much in this one. I'm gonna have to degrease that. Alright. Okay. Now let's put a little bit of chicken. And I cut this chicken up nice and good, so when we eat it when we're sick, it's easy to chew up. It's not shredded and stringy. I'm doing one little like pinch. Dropping some, a little pinch.
First of all, I want to congratulate President
Do this one, yeah. We're
We're
gonna probably doing 2 pinches each, but I just want to get our other ingredients in. Okay. Now, celery is very strong. Very strong. So you don't want to put too much. It really gives a really strong flavor. Like a small pinch, I'd say. Just like about that much I would do. Like it really gets enhanced when in the canning process. And the carrots do too. You don't need much celery.
Volunteers, the attorneys, everybody who shows up, and they really made the selection go incredibly smoothly here in the state of New York. I'm enormously proud of it, given all the potential for
I think I want to take one out of it. I'm going to put one too many in that one. I'm telling you, it's really strong stuff.
Maybe 250 years. I'm joining you here today with
All right.
my partner in government.
And then the carrots also. Carrots, the flavor really intensifies. I'm putting just a few in each, like that much. It's a quart, so it's like a personal bowl. You know what I mean? I mean a pint. It's a pint. So just a nice little handful in each one. Okay, and then when you open this, you're gonna add the noodles later, okay? And then, oh, a little bit of this onion. I love onion flavor. A little bit of the red onion. Just like that, a little tiny handful. So yeah, when you open it, you're gonna add, you're gonna cook noodles in it after you open it. I don't like to. I've canned it with noodles Rebel once. It's not worth the risk to me, and I don't even think there's a risk. I just think there's just texture issues. That's my opinion, but I just don't like it. So, and now we're gonna do a little bit of our slurry here. A little bit of our garlic, onion, saute. It's gonna be so good. Oh, did I do that one? I don't know. I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't.
Those rights are being denied in other states. And I will say this, one very bright glimmer of hope in our state was that New York voted overwhelmingly in support of Proposition 1.
Okay.
This amendment firmly established.
We got a lot here. All right, now we're gonna do another little handful of chicken. Another little handful of chicken here.
I want to give a lot of credit to the coalition and to many others, the elected officials, everybody who stood up to fight for these rights and overcoming an onslaught of negative Trump.
Alrighty guys, my camera died, or I ran out of room, so let's hurry before I run out of room again. So we put a little bit of chicken in each one. That's good. Now we got some dehydrated pumpkin from Halloween. It's really, really good for you. Adds vitamins. We're gonna add just a little spoon to each one. It doesn't even, it takes on the flavor of whatever you're using. So, that's what's cool about it. So just a little teaspoon in each one. It's really good for you. Dehydrated pumpkin from Halloween. Very, very good. Okay. And then some herbs de Provence. A little bit of herbs de Provence. And then we'll top it off with broth, okay? And a little pinch here. Oh, parsley. You know what? It doesn't need. Maybe a little parsley. Okay, there we go. All right, now a little parsley here. A little pinch. Give it some parsley. You don't want to put too much. Parsley can be bitter if you do too much. A little pinch of that. There. And if you want to add extra salt, you can right now, and pepper. So let's go ahead and top this off. I'm running out of film. I'm running out of film on my camera here. Okay. Perfect. I like to leave 1 inch headspace, not ½ inch. Little more than an inch. Well, I could do a ½ inch because I'm using a little more than, we'll just do a little more than an inch. I'm so used to using tattlers where you have to have 1 inch. I'm going to do a little bit higher because it's going to evaporate. Have some evaporation. We don't want that. Too low of a headspace. All right.
Thank you for coming today. It's important to express how strongly I feel, but also to say this. This is a great time.
Okay. Let's go ahead and put our lids on. I'm trying to hurry my camera. I'm going to do the rest off camera. And we're going to cook it for soup times. I have to look that up. I think it's 60 minutes, but that's pints. Might be pints. I got to look it up real fast. It's been, you know, I've been canning for so many years, long time, most of my life, and I always still have to look up the canning times for some things just to double check. Even though I think I know, I'd rather double check. All right. And we gotta wipe our rims. See, so it helps with debubbling. I don't really have to debubble when I add, cause it's soup. When I add the soup in before everything else. All right. I spilled some. Oh, I don't want to waste that precious gold. This back. Okay, let's get wipe our rims with vinegar. I like to use paper towel, and I switch. I'm really weird about using the same. See, I turn my rag. Phone. All right, guys. I don't know if you were able to see that. Okay, so I wiped the rims, got everything in here that we need, and we're just gonna put our lids on. Okay, and I'm gonna, like I told you, I'm gonna wrench it down really good, and then tighten it, finger tight. There. There we go, and do it for all of them. For some reason, I think the ball lids just need to be tightened really good, and then to seal sometimes. I'm not buying ball lids anymore. There we go. Alright, let's get all these in the counter. I'll look up the times. I know it's 60 minutes, but I'm not sure if it's quarts. I'm quoting. Pints. Yay, more room now. I'm gonna do quarts the next round. So I'm gonna look up those times real fast. So interesting, I looked it up and they're not soup times. Probably because of the onion in it and the carrots and celery. So it's meat times, 75 minutes pints and 90-minute quarts, okay? So I just found that interesting because they say if you're filling it with less than half solids, you could do soup times. Well, I'm going to be safe and just do it what they say. I think I've done that always. Oh, my camera's falling. So, soup times, not for chicken noodle soup. Alright, 75 minutes it is. And now, let's get the chicken in our pot. Also, gotta do that. Alright, putting the lid on. Okay, for those of you that don't know how to can, put the lid on. You increase your heat slowly. I like to do it slowly. So the jars were hot. The water in here was hot. So if you have hot jars, you have to have hot water. If you have cold jars, you have to have cold water. I already had the water cooking. So, because if you don't, you'll get thermal shock and your jars will break. So put the lid on and you leave the weight off and you turn it. I like to do like number 4 or 5 so it slowly heats up. And I left my fridge open. And once you see steam, like a choo-choo train coming out, steady stream of steam is what it says. Tongue twister there. Then you start your time for 10 minutes. And you have to let it do that for 10 minutes. To let the air out so it pressurizes. It's part of the process, okay guys? So once that happens, then you can put your weight on. And once you put your weight on, then you're gonna wait until you don't start your time yet. You don't start your 75 minutes or your 90 minutes. You wait until you hear your weight do what it's supposed to do. Some jiggle like a hula. Some rattle, some spin, mine spins. So it goes shh, and then I wait for it to do it twice, shh, and then you start your time. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's get this chicken. So I don't chop the chicken up finely when I'm doing soup. So let's get this going really fast. Let's get this going really fast. We'll wait for that. And I've had it on low, just keeping it low. And now I'm just gonna rip it, the big pieces, and you know, just add my chicken in. Shred it up. Shred it up a bit. And add the chicken in. I never cut this up proper. Never cut it up proper. You might need a fork. We're gonna fork that and shred it better. And then we'll season it. Let's do some a little bit of herbs de Provence. So I'm gonna add the rest of that chicken, guys, but a little bit herbs de Provence there. Probably a little more because it's good stuff. I love herbs de Provence. This is a brand I use. There's different. San Antonio is really good. There's different types. And then we're gonna do the chicken bouillon because it gives it such good flavor. And I don't know. I don't do recipes, guys. Never have. I was always taught by feel or touch. Like you kind of just learn to know what's good. So I usually, when I do it by feel, is I do enough to cover the top slowly every time. Seems to work. Seems to be the best. Let's stir it. And then we'll add salt and pepper later to taste. But I think we won't need to add salt, just pepper. Yeah. And let's do some pumpkin because I have dehydrated pumpkin from Halloween and Thanksgiving. I dehydrate pumpkin. It's really, really good for you. Add it to smoothies. This is like a whole pumpkin, guys. This is a whole pumpkin in here. That's like half of this was a whole pumpkin. No. All right. And then what else did we want to put in? Oh, some ginger. Gonna put in some ginger. Some ginger. A couple spoons of ginger. Give some medicine in there. And a little tiny bit of turmeric because it's bitter. And then we're gonna... Alright, so we're gonna let this simmer, and we're gonna add the noodles. In a half hour, we're gonna add the noodles. So, and that way they don't get overcooked. I was gonna do homemade noodles, but I don't have time. So I think that's the only thing I need to do. And then I'll come back to you when that's done. Alright, see the steam? That's when you start your timer. See that? I don't know if you can see it. "10 minutes. Alright, so we got everything cooking, and then we're gonna add our... I'm gonna use fettuccine noodles since they're more kind of like the homemade ones I was gonna make. So we're gonna put 2 boxes of fettuccine. Well, we'll do one box and see how it goes. Maybe 2. I might need 2. It's a pretty big pot. But I don't want to make it all just noodle. So we'll do 1.5. That's what we'll do. And the time's up. So we're going to put this, see, 10 minutes is up. We're going to put this on. And then we're going to wait until it spins. And then start your time. 70 minutes, 75 minutes we're doing. Okay, guys? Because we're doing pints. If we're doing quarts, we do 90. Which I'm going to do next. But you won't see. I decided I'm going to put a bay leaf in. I almost forgot. So when I cook it on the stove, after I put the parsley and everything in, I'll throw a bay leaf in. I'll probably put 2 because it's a big pot. Sometimes I put some basil, maybe. Where's my bay leaves? I don't know where my bay leaves are. Anyways, I'm going to put a couple bay leaves in. And maybe some basil. We'll see. You can add spinach, broccolini, potatoes, but I like to keep it simple. So the kids will eat it. Where's my bay? Oh, they're right here. Sitting right on my counter. They won't fit in my cupboard. The big old container. It's lasted me years. I also added onion powder. Don't forget, I just added some. My daughter's on the phone. Alright, and the soup is done. It looks so good. I feel I'm fogging my lens. Pour some in a bowl. Let's see. Look at that. It's so delicious. So delicious. And now we're just waiting for our canning to get done. And that's how you make soup. And can it. Mmm, so good. Alright, so we're done. It's a little hot. There we go. Don't want to rush the cooling. It's been sitting in here for about an hour. Look at that. So pretty. So pretty. I'll put it over here. I guess I'll put it all right here real fast. I just have to have room because I got to can the quarts. I have to can the quarts. Look at that. Really nice. Spread it out so it cools down. Pinging. And then we'll move it. Some of them have sealed and some haven't. Alrighty, goodness. I love, love, love the results when I take it out of the canner. Hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot. Go ahead and see, that's still hot. Put it over here. All right, let's do this side. They all look really good. I think I put more meat in the second batch than the first. I don't think I have any siphoning. I have no siphoning. That's awesome. Alrighty guys, so that's how I make bone broth chicken noodle soup. And can it and make a pot of it. So, we'll just talk to you later. Peace. Bye.